What is racial justice? Have you ever wondered what racial justice truly means? It goes beyond just the idea of fairness. Racial justice is about addressing and dismantling the systems that create and maintain racial inequality and discrimination. This concept is closely linked to social justice movements, especially from a socialist viewpoint. Socialists argue that racism is not merely about personal prejudice. Instead, it is deeply woven into the economic and social systems of capitalist societies. They see racism as an ideology that creates and maintains racial hierarchies. These hierarchies are used to justify the exploitation and oppression of certain groups. This system benefits the ruling class by dividing workers and preventing them from uniting against their common oppressors. Racial justice also tackles economic inequality. Certain racial groups often face more barriers to employment, education, and wealth accumulation. This leads to cycles of poverty and reinforces existing racial hierarchies. From a socialist perspective, achieving racial justice requires challenging the capitalist system itself. Socialists advocate for class unity across racial lines. They believe that fighting racism is essential for achieving this unity and ultimately overthrowing capitalism. To make real change, socialists seek structural changes that address the root causes of racial oppression. This includes discriminatory policies and practices in areas like education, employment, and law enforcement. Community empowerment is another key strategy. Socialists support initiatives that allow marginalized groups to take control of their struggles and advocate for their rights. In practice, socialists engage in various activities to promote racial justice. They participate in protests and campaigns against racial injustice, such as police brutality and systemic racism. They also advocate for policies that address racial disparities in healthcare, education, and economic opportunities. Community organizing is another important aspect. Socialists build alliances with community organizations to support grassroots movements for racial justice. By working together, they aim to dismantle the racial hierarchies and inequalities that are deeply embedded in capitalist systems. Racial justice is about creating a more equitable society where everyone has the same opportunities, regardless of their race. It requires a broad movement that unites workers across racial lines to challenge the economic and social structures that perpetuate racism. Through these efforts, socialists aim to ensure that racial justice becomes a fundamental aspect of social justice.